gentlemen, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with the reading for you for the month of November. And how am I going to do that? I'll show you. First, I have this extraordinary deck, an extraordinary tarot deck that is called the Illuminated Tarot Alchemy in Tarot Sola Busca. Now, this is it's quite a mysterious deck. It's a sort of a piece of history. It's not your average tarot deck, but something very special. There were copies made, and the most recent copy was made in 1998 by, well, it was reprinted by a man called Wolfgang Meyer. And the original of this tarot deck dates back to the late 15th century, well, 1491 if I'm not mistaken. But there's a lot of mystery around that, around the date. And it was printed in Venice originally, but there's a lot of uncertainty as to who the original artist was. And why I like this deck, you'll see in the readings, there are the major arcana. They are slightly different from normal tarot decks, but they're all filled with people and with their weapons, with their tools, what they're doing, and I like that. There is also a copy of the Sola Busca tarot in the British Museum. It has been there for some time. And I know for a fact it's been chronicled that Arthur Edward Waite created a deck and also was inspired by this. So before I go on to the readings, I just wanted to tell you, do go visit my other YouTube channel, because there I will every now and then do one-off readings. For example, we have the holidays of Halloween coming up the 31st. There's All Saints Day, you know, at least in many parts of the world, November 1st, so 31st of October, November 1st, those are important days. And there'll be the moon cycles as well, and I tend to go there one-off and not in tandem with this channel. So thank you everyone for supporting me, ladies and gentlemen, my older subscribers, and welcome to my new subscribers. Let's go on to the videos. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, this is Christelle Martinette. Let's take a look for you at what's going on, Gemini, for the month of November. I hear you yelling, yes, far away, I'm far away. As if you are isolated, you know, you have the feeling you're looking out of a glass jar, you're far, far away. These have been mixed off camera. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, now, how are you coming into the month? This is the Page of Swords. Now, what is your attitude? How are you going to face situations? This is the 11th major arcana, which typically is justice, but here it's much more, it's a mixture of justice and strength. The strength card, this 11 in the in the Sola Busca deck. And what you are, you're in for a mind trip. You want clarity. And when I said, I'm so far away, you feel like no one's listening to you. You have the feeling that no one can hear you. And you're always ready to ask for clarification. You stop at nothing to get, you leave no stones unturned when you try to understand what is behind things that occur to you. And it's interesting to see this, this 11 major arcana. This is the Roman Tullio, that it uses the mind for a matter of the heart. Now you see here there is a wand, and it is a very fiery energy, this 11th major arcana in this deck. And the way you face things during the month, the way your attitude towards situations are straight head on, I have to say, Gemini, straight head on. And the way you are, your personality is one of, and you know, this is Gemini typically, a young Gemini, could be a female, but it does talk about wanting to understand, splitting hairs, trying to understand, but with a passion. Let's take a look at the other cards. What is the present for you? The present is quite a battle with yourself, and I do want to, this is a Seven of Wands, but I do want to say that it's not only a battle with yourself, it is the sort of Don Quixote's windmills, around the windmills, against the windmills you're battling, because if there's nothing to worry about, you're making it up. You want a bone of contention. You want to have some clarification because you feel that something is not right. You're on a quest for the truth, you know, and to a fault, I have to add, Gemini, you're on a quest for the truth, and it's to a fault. Now I have other cards here concerning the future. Now the future in a passive sense, I have the King of Cups. What happens to your future should you not intervene or act on things that occur to you, which is not going to happen because I see this 11 major arcana at the top. It's inciting you to action. What happens here? And this is the 7th major arcana, and it is the Chariot, the same Chariot. This is what happens in an active mode when you act. And what I'm seeing, this is the there's a diagonal right here, and the attitude that you have, an attitude of the mind, where you sort of battle it out, like I said before, with yourself in terms of wanting to know. You're still not certain whether the truth lies within you or without, within or without. And you're not going to stop until you find out. It could be something to do with work that has been eating at you that you still don't know about. But this Chariot here talks of a very active position that you take. And the interesting part, however, is the mystery behind the month. The mystery behind the month is the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands card is usually, we say, you know, as tarot readers, it's a burden. But you can see here, the person is very much balanced with how they hold the wands. Not only the wands, be they a burden, they are acting as a shield because the person is naked. The burdens that you have are your home. They are who you are. And the mystery is, and we'll take 3 Vera Sibilla on this spread, the mystery is, what is the burden for you? What does it mean to have the burden? Would it mean that if I lightened your load and removed the burdensome or cumbersome elements, would that set you free? And this spread is telling me, no, it wouldn't. What it does is imprison you even more. Now, the mystery card tells us right under the 7 of Wands that there is a necessary evil the month of November for you to feel comfortable with yourself. And that means that you still, the truth is at a moment's reach, you know, it's in your reach. But you want not complete absolution from the difficulties. What you're looking for is to understand even more what it means for you to walk in your truth. And you would be glad to keep the burdens with you for the moment because they are actually helping you survive in a very uncanny way, Gemini. Very, very uncanny and very complex a reading this is. I'm going to take 3 Vera Sibilla to see what they have to add here over the entire spread. Well, I was going to say, well, I expected this, but sacerdote, the priest, the Gran Signore, the protector or great man, or could be a woman, and the messenger. There is underlying the month of November a theme that you yourself have called upon. It's wanting to keep within the confines of a secret. You want to keep things under your hat, but at the same time you want others to know that what you're doing is absolutely the right thing. It's where you should be at this present time. It's absolutely the right thing. Now, the uncanny nature of these clarifiers here is this, the mystery man or woman, the protector. This can play out, and what I'm hearing is it has to do with a family member or a past husband or wife or a companion where there's a child involved and there's a custody issue at stake here. And what you're doing is a bit of strategizing, and this is for some of you. And what I'm seeing as well is the nature of this card. Let me put that down for a while because I have these 2 major arcana, one on top of the other. I have this 11 card, which would be the Justice, and the Chariot. And I do see a legal issue here, a legal issue concerning custody. But in no way will you show that as being particularly 100% only that. And so what do I have here then on the other side, mirroring those 2 other cards, are the first card in the entrance card, the Page of Swords, then the King of Cups, a sort of energy that smooths the wool over someone's eyes and makes them think that what you're suggesting and how you're going about it is precisely what they should be wanting to do. And it's sort of, you know, the way if I listen to the words that I'm saying, it seems that you're scheming and spying, but that's not the case because you absolutely believe in what your goals are, your objectives are. And for once, you are holding it in, wanting others to see that you're controlling everything, controlling yourself. You're not screaming and yelling at everyone, and that you have a certain sense of responsibility. You want your burdens, your responsibilities are yours, and you want to keep them. You don't want to lighten your load, not this month of November, because it's important for you to have others see you as a protector and as someone who is reliable within the face of difficulty. Very, very uncommon this is. Gemini, let me take the runes for you. Let's see. The nameless, faceless rune, exactly, over the 7 of Wands. It is exactly, you're really protecting your current situation because you're worried almost is if it is resolved in one way that it will penalize you in another way. I have the nameless, faceless rune weird over the 7 of Wands. And very clearly, Aljit's bright stave, you are protected within the confines of your wands. The burdens that you have are like a Linus blanket. They are protecting you in many ways. You need them. You need those responsibilities for you to move forward. And this is shown by actually need over the 9 of Wands. Now, what is interesting here is, first of all, Ingvats over the Chariot, and Otala at the very top. Now, this is a moment, a temporary moment, a momentary passage, because these two last runes are telling me that it is sort of a guiding light that is shining your way, and you yourself know that you need to keep, it's like the saying, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. That's what you're doing now, the month of November, because there's no fear here. Absolutely, you're convinced of what you're doing, and it's almost as if you're strategizing, but you're not, because you are convinced of what you're doing, and it's not for any other goal or intention than to get to the other side of November and on to December, where you know things will lighten up for you. And what else is interesting is to see the active part, the active future here in the chariot with Ingvats over it. And it tells me that there will be a good number of you that are planning to change home, residence precisely. Some of you in line with the custody issue, and others, though, however, that have nothing to do with custody, no children, but are planning to move for your own, how can I say it, for your own, not self-satisfaction, for your own privacy. This is a month where you have an outward demeanor. You know, you're showing people what you can do, how much you can take, and how reliable you are. This is going to give way further on down the line, December, January, to a Gemini who is going to be hush-hush about what their higher purpose is, what their true intentions are, because you are going to be on a mission. Very interesting, Gemini. Thank you so much. Please like, like, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, till we read together again.